والجدار لازم ينهار والجدار لازم ينهار وحدة وطنية وحدة وطنية.
Akárkivel beszélgettünk Izraelben, Ilana Dayanról mindenki úgy beszélt, mint az egyetlen igazán hiteles, mindenki által elfogadott emberről az országban.
Televíziós riporter, újságíró.
Is an admirable democracy. Admirable democracy. That is not to say that it's not a problematic democracy, with its own pathologies. And sometimes it is an impossible democracy. Listen, even the law of return that says that if you're Jewish, you automatically become a citizen. That by itself is a non-democratic, even racist, discriminatory law. Okay, but if you bring into account Jewish history, if you understand the history upon which the State of Israel was founded, if you understand the DNA of this country, if you understand the depth of the Jewish tragedy on which it was founded, can you not understand the law of return? If you think about Budapest 1944, April 1944, that itself, by itself, will explain the law of return. If my grandmother, if my aunt, if my mother's uncles and nephews would have a country, a state, a shelter, a safe haven, a law of return, our people was not annihilated. This is also the source of pessimism, because as much as I feel I was right to come here, to be here, to fight here, to stay here, they feel the same. And they feel that our victory came on their expense, that our celebration is their tragedy. And they are right. That is why I'm so so nothing. So that is why it's such a we say plonter, it's such a mess.
Vagyunk Belénben, Cisjordániában, egy tüntetés kellős közepén. Itt épül a fal további része, izraeliek és palesztinok együtt tüntetnek. Eljöttünk Tel Avivból izraeli fiúkkal, izraeli aktivistákkal, és kíváncsiak vagyunk, hogy ők miért jöttek, és igazából a legfontosabb kérdés szerintem az, hogy mióta megépült ez a fal, azóta biztonságban vannak az izraeli állampolgárok bent Izraelben, mégis izraeliek tüntetnek a fal ellen, illetve azok ellen a területek ellen, amiket a fal miatt Izrael még elvett Palesztinától vagy Cisjordániától. Mielőtt megépítették a falat, sok öngyilkos merénylet volt, és hát itt vannak az izraeli állások. 2 héttel ezelőtt itt egy könygázgránát hasba talált egy palesztin fiút, aki meghalt. Tehát még egy ilyen békés tüntetésnek is ilyen áldozata lett, aki természetesen most már a tüntetés szimbólumává vált. Egyébként bemondták a hangos bemondóba, hogy ne dobáljon senki köveket.
The story of the fence is really an example of the whole story that we were talking about before, meaning that the dilemma between life and morality is a dilemma that accompanies our life here ever since we got here. Guys, it's not easy. It's not easy. What Esther is saying is once you decided you go to a war in Gaza, which is populated, right? Heavily populated, right? Many innocent people, right? Military operations coming from heavily populated civilian areas, right? Everything, mass will happen. That's what you say, right? Now take it on the contrary. Take it on the contrary. You don't do anything. You stand still. Qassams are falling on Sderot and Ashkelon and Ashdod. Mess will happen. Mess happened. So now what? Do we have a right answer, a correct answer, a moral answer, an exact answer? We don't. Life sucks. I mean, but again, does it mean that the point, I guess, for me as a hopefully a moral person, is that it cannot end there. Okay, life sucks, and then what? That's what you're asking, right? And then we deal with it. And then we confront the problem. And then when we go into Gaza and we use force and we use military might, I'm all in favor of it because Hamas didn't let us live. Hamas doesn't want to let us live. Hamas doesn't want the state of Israel to exist. Hamas uses civilian population and operates from within the villages, within the houses, within the places where people and innocent people and women and children live, so that we will have to make a mess. Okay, so now what? Will I go in? Yes. Will I do anything? No. And now it's a matter of, yes, of very fine borders, of very delicate limits, of very complicated questions. Some of the stuff that was done there, to my mind, was unnecessary. There was an unwritten decision that houses will be demolished so that Israeli soldiers will not be hurt. And I, as much as I know, as much as I understand, at least some of the destruction was unnecessary. For instance, I have to tell you that I met a group of young soldiers, young officers from the parachuters, an elite unit in the Israeli army. And they invited me, and listen to that, Esther, because then you'll understand how complicated it is. It is not one dimension. They invited me, you know, for what? To moderate a panel in which they confronted with moral dilemmas that they experienced during the Gaza war.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
What are they doing?
They're opening the fence. It's intense provocation. They want to get provocated. They're provocating.
Andris, te hallasz engem? Hol vagy? Andris, nem tudom, hogy mi lesz ebből, de mi a francia, azt mondták, hogy ez egy békés tüntetés, hogy miért kell azt a kaput elhúzni, azt egyszerűen nem értem, és most átmennek. Most nyilván, hogy valamilyen könyvgázt fognak ide lőni az izraeliek, mert...
Van zacskód, Eszter?
Nincs zacskóm, nem szereztél nekem?
Egy zacskó.
Na, akkor most figyelmeztetnek, és most fognak biztos könyvgázt lőni.
They're going through the look, take that.
Wow. Now we should run.
But I think you should find someone, really, from the right wing of Israeli society. I have a cousin, whom I love very much, who is the chairman of the General Council of the settlers. My name is Ilana Dayan, his name is Danny Dayan. He lives in a settlement.
Will he talk to us?
I'm sure he will. We can call him now. Daniel. בסדר, מה איתך?
Look, there are only two possibilities. Either it's me on this place, or if there is a Palestinian state, then it will be a Islamic fundamentalist terrorist. There is no third option. Unfortunately, the struggle in this area, in this patch of land, is not between, it's a zero-sum game. They want the whole of Israel. What caused a tragedy for the Palestinians is not the creation of the State of Israel. Is the fact that the Palestinians did not accept the creation of the State of Israel. In the year 2000, when Prime Minister Barak offered partition, they launched the most vicious terrorist attack you can imagine. Do you know that in Israel you could not, on those days, you know, to enter a coffee shop or a lobby of a hotel or a restaurant or a bus because of the danger to die in an explosion?
I met the mothers of shaheeds, of kids who were sent to blow themselves up. Why did they do it? Why were their mothers proud of them? How come they told me they are proud of them, they are in heaven now, they are shaheeds, they died for them? Because they had nothing to lose. And all of a sudden I understood that there's something in reality which made them be addicted to death.
Yeah, but the siege and the blockade had a huge part in it.
Right, I agree with you. I agree with you. We have to make them know that they have something to lose. And they have to let us know that they are willing to stop losing.
Good luck.
Oh, that's nonsense. I am sorry. It's exactly the opposite. You know what brings violence? Violence is, in this case, is brought by the hope, not by the frustration, by the hope that they will destroy Israel, that they will have better geopolitical conditions to destroy Israel. Gaza was a de facto Palestinian independent state until the very day they attacked Israel. They used their independence to attack Israel. And then we protect ourselves, we defend ourselves. What's wrong about it? I mean, what could we do?
This is not about provocation. These people want their rights back. Basically, going to the gate and opening it, there are two fences.
Yeah.
And when they go to the gate and open it, they never cross the second fence.
Okay, which is the real fence, which will be
which
real
is
illegal.
the real
Okay.